welcome back to another episode of Peace in Pieces. Today, we'll be diving deep into a major social issue that stirred many controversies and protests back in 2003, of course, the American invasion of Iraq. Central to this event were two major figures, former U.S. President George W. Bush and Iraqi dictator Saddam Hussein. The invasion was triggered when George Bush and former UK Prime Minister Tony Blair claimed that Saddam Hussein possessed weapons of mass destruction. As the invasion went through, sadly, 30,000 to 40,000 Iraqi soldiers were killed, and about 4,500 American soldiers died. Of course, the American soldiers quickly overthrew Saddam Hussein's regime and executed him in 2006, leaving Iraq with an absence of control, years of violence, civil war, and terrorism. This controversial act led to global outrage. Many people and countries around the world felt betrayed or angry that the invasion happened without solid evidence, and their trust in the U.S. leadership and intelligence declined sharply. However, amid the protest and the outrage, a unique response captured global attention. The song Where Is the Love, released in June 2003, not long after the invasion, by the infamous song group Black Eyed Peas. The song was written to raise awareness about social issues, especially the invasion, and to promote peace, unity, and understanding in the world, subtly questioning America's real reason for the war against Iraq and their frustration with biased news coverage. Throughout this episode, I will be discussing three main language features that elevate and strengthen the power of the song Where Is the Love by Black Eyed Peas. These language features include parallelism, repetition, and slang. In the song Where Is the Love, a very noticeable language feature you're sure to pick up on is repetition. Repetition is a language feature where words, phrases, or ideas are repeated to make messages more memorable, emphasize, or create a strong emotional effect. In the song, the recurring question, "Where is the love?" is repeated throughout the song to emphasize the confusion, sadness, and frustration Black Eyed Peas feel about the state of the world. The constant repeating makes the message remain embedded in the listener's mind, almost like a chant or a cry for something that's missing. The phrase isn't just a catchy hook. It's a way of urging people to reflect about what really is going wrong in society, especially towards the American invasion of Iraq. At that time, when the American invasion of Iraq occurred, many people were questioning the U.S.'s government's reasons for going to war, especially when no weapons of mass destruction were found. The line, "Where is the love?" conveys the anger and heartbreak felt not just by the Black Eyed Peas, but by the world who saw innocent lives being lost and violence spreading across the world. It calls out the lack of compassion and justice, making the song a powerful protest against the invasion and a great reminder that humanity should always be top priority before politics. Another powerful language feature used in the song is parallelism. Parallelism is the term in which similar sentence structures are repeated in a pattern to create rhythm, build intensity, and drive home a message. A great example of the use of parallelism in this song is the line, "People killing, people dying, children hurt and you hear him crying." Each part of this line follows the same grammatical structure, using verbs ending in to create a rhythm that almost feels like a drumbeat of pain. The repetition of structure in this line doesn't make the lyrics more memorable, but it adds weight and demands attention to the issue being raised. The use of parallelism reflects the repetitive nature of violence in the world, showing listeners that these tragedies like killing, dying, and suffering aren't isolated incidents. They're happening again and again in places like Iraq, where innocent people are often the ones most affected. The song Where Is the Love speaks directly to the emotional impacts of the war. The lyrics may not have named the American invasion of Iraq, but the use of this language feature has painted a clear picture. It invites listeners to stop and think, why is this cycle of violence still happening? And what are we doing to stop it? Through this language feature, Black Eyed Peas had not just expressed anger or sadness, but had sparked reflection and action. And finally, one last language feature used in Where Is the Love by the Black Eyed Peas is slang, which refers to informal, everyday language often used by specific groups, especially younger generations. In the song, you hear words like killin' instead of killing or cryin' instead of crying, which gives the lyrics a casual and genuine feel. The effect of using slang in the song is that it makes the song sound more real and relatable, almost like a real conversation between the artist and their listeners. This informal tone breaks down barriers, allowing the serious message about war, violence, and injustice to come across in a way that feels personal and immediate rather than distant or overly formal. In relation to the American invasion of Iraq, the use of slang connects the song directly to the people most affected by the conflict. Everyday citizens, especially young people who might be struggling to make sense of the war's impacts on their lives and communities. It captures their frustration, confusion, and longing for peace in language that feels genuine and accessible. By using slang, the Black Eyed Peas not only highlights the harsh realities of war, but had also built a bridge to their audience, encouraging listeners to engage with these heavy social issues in a way that feels down to earth and urgent. So, to wrap it all up, Where Is the Love was released just months after the American invasion of Iraq, beginning in 2003, a time filled with confusion, violence, and global protest. The song responded directly to this moment of history, questioning the war and the lack of compassion in the world. The Black Eyed Peas had created this track not just to entertain, but to speak out and challenge injustice, raise awareness, and give a voice to those who feel powerless or unheard. Throughout the song, we can hear impactful language features at work. Repetition, highlighting the emotional weight of unanswered questions like, where is the love? Parallelism, emphasizing the endless cycle of suffering and violence, and slang, giving us the message war. A raw, relatable tone that connects especially with younger audiences. Together, these features reveal how music can powerfully reflect social issues and call for change. This isn't just a song, but a statement, a protest, and a plea for a more loving and peaceful world. Thank you for watching another episode of Peace and Pieces. I hope to see you guys again. Subscribe, like, and comment down below. Thank you.